With your CIGTV News Update, I'm Donna Bush. It's an important week for students of John Gray High School as they receive critical feedback from various employers across the Cayman Islands during their annual mock job interviews. Organizers say they want to make the experience as real as possible, while students tell us the process really does help them be prepared.
The whole week is our career week. So there's activities in classrooms, in assemblies, and culminating on Friday with a career fair. We've got about 60 companies coming, and we've got over a third of the school going into the gymnasium, which is a great venue.
I think it's a good experience for young children to learn what to do in the working world and how to prepare themselves for job interviews or whatever.
Something that really had piqued my interest a lot, and what was even better is that they provided a actual interview for a area that I want to study in, which is mainly medical. So it was really a worthwhile opportunity for me.
We need students to practice the skills that are necessary for them to be successful in the interviewing process. This event helps them to develop their interviewing strategies, to practice interview protocol, build their confidence, and reduce the stress that normally comes with, a real interview.
130 students and 30 employers are part of this year's John Gray mock interviews. Also making our headlines today, the Ministry of Health is ensuring their senior managers and human resources staff have the knowledge and tools they need to enhance their recruitment skills. Some key topics covered by the SHRM professional included job analysis, identifying competencies for various positions, and the assessment of competencies through behavioral interviewing. Now, Ministry of Health Chief Officer Jennifer Ahern explained that behavioral interviewing is the process of determining how an interviewee will act in specific employment related in situations. Now, in order to find the right recruitment candidates, this is a key goal for the Deputy Governor's 5-year plan, but also a necessity for any agency or organization, she says, that wishes to achieve sustainable success. Now, the workshop used hands-on exercises to guide them through activities such as identifying competencies and writing behavioral interview questions, all while conducting effective and fair interviews. Deputy Governor, the Honorable Franz Manderson, says he was pleased to see agencies like the Ministry of Health using the 5-year plan as an impetus for staff development. Well, the Department of Environment, in partnership with the National Roads Authority and Caribbean Utilities Company, or CUC, are pleased to announce that the Cayman Islands is taking its first steps in making our public roads more turtle-friendly. A DOE press release says the DOE, using money from the Cayman Islands Environmental Protection Fund, will purchase 40 new streetlights to be installed along roads adjacent to important turtle nesting beaches. Similar turtle-friendly lights have been used successfully in other jurisdictions to reduce sea turtle hatchling mortality, while safely illuminating both roadways and beachfront properties. And any Cayman Islands properties wishing to install turtle-friendly lights may contact the Environmental Management Unit at DOE for further information. You can email them at emu.doe@gov.ky or simply give them a call at 949-8469. That's 949-8469. And that ends today's news update here on CIG Television. If you missed it, you can go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page or the CIG Television YouTube channel. I'm Donna Bush, as always, wishing you a safe and, of course, a wonderful night. Thanking you for joining me and hoping you'll do the same again tomorrow. Until then, though, bye-bye for now.
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have onboard flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman boaters use channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing, all!
I'm Jody Ann Powery. I'm the Police Media Officer with the RCIPS, and I'm here to give you some crime prevention tips on how to best protect your property. The first thing that we want to discuss is our points of entries. Let's start with the front door, and then we'll move on to the windows and the back doors or sliding glass doors. The first thing to consider is the front door. This particular front door has 2 deadbolt locks. One of these deadbolt locks are properly carpentered and the other is not. When your door is properly locked, you'll hear a click at the end and the deadbolts are not able to move. If it is slightly opened, then you can push the deadbolt back without having any restrictions. I'll now proceed to show you what your lock should look like when it is properly locked. When it comes to your windows, you want to make sure that your window is locked all the way down, because even though the lock is on, if it's not all the way down, it can still be pried. The proper way to lock the window is to make sure that the window goes all the way down to the seal and then you pull across the lock. When you have a sliding glass door at home, you want to make sure that you have secondary locking devices in addition to the lock that comes with the door. One of those can be a simple piece of wood that's jamming the doorway. We want to encourage you to ensure that you don't make things easy for burglars who are looking for opportunities to break into property by leaving your property out in plain view. Some of these items are your car keys, your electronics, and your handbags. Make sure that you put these properties away when you're leaving the house or when you're going to bed. When you're going camping or if you're taking your family on a trip, you want to ensure that your property has some sign of life. This can be done by leaving a light on or putting timers on your lights. And we want to ensure that our family homes are safe. In order to do so, we encourage that people take the proper precautions by starting up neighborhood watches or encouraging family members or persons they trust to check on their properties while they're away.